Okay, so today I want to talk about one of Diddy's lawyers has been removed from his case as of, well, is going to be. He's requesting to be removed from Diddy's case as of this morning. He filed this motion in court asking the judge to allow him to be removed from the case. He didn't really say why, but he said some things in this motion that make you wonder. And so y'all already know I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to skim through this document. It's not really long. I'm going to read it and and try to skip over some parts and get to the main part that we wanted to hear. So let me get started. So Anthony Ricco hereby declares under the penalties of perjury. On September 22nd, 2024, I was retained by the defendant, Sean Combs, to serve as his counsel, and I have served as his counsel since that time. As a result of being retained, a notice of appearance was filed in our court on September 29th, 2024. This declaration is submitted in support of the annexed notice of motion for my withdrawal as counsel, as is required under Southern District of New York local court rules. Let me skim through that. For the reasons set forth below, this motion for withdrawal is filed so that Sean Combs may move forward with his defense and to commence jury selection and trial without delay. Reasons to be relieved as counsel for Sean Combs. As a result of discussions with lead counsel Mark Agnifilio, this motion for the withdrawal of counsel is filed. Well, while I am aware that the local rule requires that an application for withdrawal of counsel is supported and granted only upon a showing by affidavit or otherwise of satisfactory reasons for withdrawal, there are sufficient reasons related to the protections afforded by the attorney-client privilege for brevity in my application for withdrawal as counsel in this case. Although I have provided Sean Combs with the high level of legal representation expected by the court, under no circumstances can I continue to effectively serve as counsel for Sean Combs, consistent with the ABA standards for criminal justice. This motion for withdrawal of counsel, if granted, will not result in a delay of the present schedule for commencement of jury selection and trial, or the present schedules for briefing of pretrial legal issues. As a result, there will be no lapse in representation, as Sean Combs will continue to be represented by 5 other attorneys of record. Without violating any aspect of the attorney-client privilege or otherwise providing any details whatsoever on the grounds supporting the application, the government has been notified of the filing of the motion to withdraw as counsel. The government takes no position on the motion seeking withdrawal of counsel for Sean Combs. Wherefore, it is respectfully but regrettably requested that the court grant the relief requested in the annexed notice of motion and permit counsel Anthony Ricco to withdraw as attorney of record. So, as of this morning, this attorney asked or is asking, requesting the court to grant his motion to be withdrawn from Diddy case. He don't want to be on the case anymore for whatever reason. I don't know. Only speculation is being put out there right now. And I believe that it's a possibility that one, either he seen something in that case that he did not like. I doubt if that's what it is. Or two, because he is one of 6 lawyers, they are not getting along and they don't see eye to eye, and maybe they not in agreement on what they believe is going to happen or what Diddy should do going forward. Trial is close and it's near, and for this lawyer to want to withdraw this soon to the trial date is kind of crazy. It make you wonder what's going on, and it can only make you think that the lawyers are not getting along or they don't see eye to eye. However, we have to remember, and everything in this video is alleged, but for what I can see and what I believe, Diddy has such a big ego and he liked to run the show. And I believe that he is not trying to take the advice that the lawyers are giving him, and maybe they telling him that, hey, if they offer you a good deal, you need to take that plea deal. Because with the evidence that we see, it's highly unlikely that you will beat this case. Trying to fight this case, going to trial, is probably not a good idea, and it might be in your best interest to fight this case. But Diddy, being the arrogant person he is and being hard-headed, what he appeared to be anyway, because nobody really know if they haven't been around him, but he appeared to be arrogant and hard-headed with a big ego, and he's probably telling them no and want to run the show, and the lawyers are starting to not get along, not be in agreement moving forward. And he probably don't want to deal with that. He probably know the case is going to be difficult to win going to trial based on evidence that they probably see and we do not see. Because you have to remember, they are seeing stuff probably every day or every other day, stuff that will be shown in trial that we don't know anything about. And maybe they preparing and they probably can see or have an idea of what's going to happen if they go to trial with the evidence that they have right now, and they know it's probably not a good chance that Diddy would win this case, and so they probably giving him scenarios or things that they think will happen and what's in his best interest, and he's probably not accepting that advice, and the lawyers are probably not getting along because of that. Yeah. And, a lot of people say, well, he getting paid a lot of money, this and then the other. Well, I kind of agree, because I feel like if this lawyer was not going to do this case or represent Diddy due to the nature of this case, he probably would have dropped out of this a long time ago. So for him to be on the case this long and wait this close to the court date or the trial date, then it makes you wonder that may not be the reason, because he would have been off this case. So the only thing that you can really think is that maybe the lawyers are not seeing eye to eye. He is one of the partner lawyers. He's not the main lawyer. It's Agnifilio that's the main lawyer on this case. So it's six. Well, it was six of them. It's five now. So no telling, they might get somebody else in his place, or they might just do it on their own. 5 lawyers, that should be sufficient, right? But anywho, I believe that, it's something going on with the lawyers. They not seeing eye to eye, or either Diddy is interfering with them coming up with a reasonable and good game plan for him during trial. Because people need to understand, although you hire a lawyer, that's the magic word. You hired them. So even though it's their job to give you legal representation and to give you the best legal advice, you still ultimately the one who make the decision on how to move forward. You're paying them, so they have to move according to what you want. And a lot of lawyers, they don't really care. As long as you paying them, that's your life if you don't want to take their advice. They went to school, and you're going to try to tell them as if you went to study for law. And I can see Diddy now in that jail cell when he's getting visits from them. In my head, I can see him now like, no, this is how we gonna do it, because I've been thinking, and we gonna do it like this, and I need y'all to go file this, do this, and go look for this. Like, I can see him running the show, because he just seemed like that type of person. And maybe this lawyer like, look, I'm not about to keep playing these reindeer games. So he probably like, look, I want out. Now the other lawyers, they probably going along with it, because from what I heard, the amount of money they being paid by the hour, a lot of people, they'll say, look, let him do what he wanted, whatever he want us to do, we gonna do it, because as long as we getting paid, we don't care. That's how a lot of lawyers are, especially when you trying to run a show. So yeah, he probably don't want to deal with that. I could see that being the case. And then the other lawyers not, they probably thinking like, look, as long as we getting paid, and he probably like, look, that's gonna ruin our reputation. We not giving him the best advice, or we trying to give him the best advice, and he's being a difficult client, and I don't want to deal with that. So if y'all do, go ahead. I don't. So that's the only thing I could think of. Or like I said, he's saying something in this case that he didn't like, but I don't think that's the issue, because if it was, that's something that he would have probably dealt with months ago, because this case been going in the wrong direction for a long time. And so for him to stay on this case this long, right up to the trial date. What is this? February is about to be March. 2 more months. Trial start May 5th. And again, the co-defendants is supposed to be named in about another week or two. So in the beginning of March. So yeah, we got like another 2 weeks. So it just don't make sense. It don't make sense. But of course he didn't tell why. I'm sure he did. One of the reasons why he didn't give the reason is because he know everybody would have been all over it. The public, honey. We look at these cases and these documents. So yeah, we would have known. But yeah, I don't think it too much have anything to do with the nature of the case. Like I said, I believe that it's either Diddy being a difficult client, or the lawyers trying to come up with a game plan based on the evidence that they see that we do not. Because I don't know why people make all these different claims and say all these things as if they're going to show us everything. Even when trial start, there will be so much that we won't get to hear or see. Because so far, nothing is being televised in the courtroom, and I'm sure when trial started, probably still won't be televised, because so there will still be so much that we will never see. And even if it was televised, they still only show so much. Okay, so I don't know what's going on. Tell me what y'all think in the comments. Right now, everybody is speculating to why this happened and why Anthony Ricco decided to request to be withdrawn from this case. But from what he said that there's no way. Let me go back to that part. Where's that at? Okay, here you go. He said, although I have provided Sean Combs with a high level of representation expected by the court, under no circumstances can I continue to effectively serve as counsel for Sean Combs, consistent with the ABA standards for criminal justice. That could mean several things. But for him to say under no circumstances, that means no possible way. No possible way. What is making it where it's so impossible? Like, what happened that made it so impossible? I would love to know. But I don't think we'll ever know. Tell me what y'all think going on in the comments. I want to hear other people take on this, because it's just really strange how this happened. And yeah, I didn't expect that to happen. But it makes you wonder, because, you know, you see a lot of cases that is, the nature of the cases is so horrendous. And these lawyers that represent some of these people, it makes you wonder, are you even human? How can you represent someone who is blamed for or accused of doing such horrible crimes? It makes you wonder. But I guess that's a part of the job. They'll never make money if they put their feelings in these cases. So I get it, but I don't know if I'll be able to do it. But yeah, tell me what y'all think in the comments. Yeah, and that's it. I'm out, y'all. Bye.